Good morning, everyone. Hello, 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 and welcome to Southminster Steinhauer United Church, where we're spiritual seekers united in community. Welcome back from the exile of COVID. Welcome back from the gifts of summer. Welcome to community. Welcome those of you who are here in this space at SSUC Edmonton, and welcome to those of you joining us online. We're here together, all of us. Welcome all sizes, all shapes, all ages, all stages, all colors, all cultures, whoever you are and whoever you love. Whether you're spiritual, or you're religious, or you're both, or you're neither. Whether you're coupled, or single, or in between, or you just don't know. Whether you're a long-timer, or a newcomer, or an in-betweener, whether you're online or you're in person, you're welcome. We need you. We need each other. We are essential. We belong. And we're creatures of the land where we find ourselves. We're shaped by the sky that stretches over us and by the rivers where we make our lives alongside. And we take time, each time we gather, to honor those who are long in our land. Whether you're in the community of SSUC Edmonton or Saskatoon, where we find ourselves in Treaty 6 territory, or if you're with us online, wherever it is that you call home, we take a moment to acknowledge those who were first to learn the wisdom of our land, those who were first to learn its medicines, its patterns and rhythms. And we take a moment, those of us who are settlers, who've come here by migration, whether it was recently or generations ago, to acknowledge our indebtedness, to lament the lasting harm of colonization, and also to pledge ourselves to a more equitable, a more honorable, a more respectful path of healing and reconciliation with one another. And as we gather, we do what we do every time we are community in this space. We light a candle. And we invite those of you at home to join us by lighting your candle just where you are. We light a candle to honor our intention to seek light in one another, and also to be in solidarity with those who are grieving, those who feel great darkness in this moment. The people of Saskatchewan and the people across Canada, those grieving the tragedy and the violence on the James Smith Cree Nation and the surrounding communities. And we light a candle to acknowledge the vigil of a world grieving the end of an era, the death of Queen Elizabeth II. And we light a candle remembering the darkness that 9/11 recalls on this anniversary, where we witnessed the worst of our humanity and the best of our humanity. We light a candle to remind ourselves that we're all sparks of one light warming everyone. And so we sing. And that was a moment that invited each of us to be a songwriter. We could just write our own words for that last verse. And you all did it beautifully. Just a few invitations before we dive into our theme this morning. First of all, an invitation that immediately follows on the heels of our time in this circle. We move outside to enjoy a barbecue of hamburgers and hot dogs, and then a feast of all things sugar. Cotton candy, ice cream. I know, we can hardly wait. And to work off the sugar, a few bouncy things. And Ariana and Daisy will be there to make sure that our kids stay safe. And adults who choose to bounce, stay safe. And if you are more comfortable to stay in this space, just rearrange your chairs and have conversation with each other. And for those of you joining us online, an opportunity to gather, missing the sugar, I'm sorry, but the sweetness of conversation with each other, an opportunity to call in on the Zoom link and share some conversation about the theme of this day, exploring all that resonates with this morning and our theme of building kindness. And next Sunday, our Kids Spirit program will begin for our pre-elementary, elementary, and upper elementary kids. Daisy and Ariane will be with us as our leaders again this year, and we'll gather as we usually do, starting all out together here and then making our way to Kids Spirit. So we hope you'll be with us next Sunday as we launch Kids Spirit.
We're getting a lesson in enthusiasm this morning. So I am glad for that because we are about to embark on an adventure of storytelling that requires all of us. Some of you are looking with great smiles on your face, and others of you are like, oh no, what does that mean I have to do? But never fear, there's lots of ways to participate in this story. We are going to tell an ancient story, an old story that's been told many times, but maybe never quite like this. So today we're going to all participate in telling this story. If you feel like you want to really actively participate, there will be moments in the storytelling where you will be welcome to come up here and kind of act out the character's part. Yeah, clapping, good. But there are also moments where you might stay in your seats and help participate by helping us wonder about the story and wonder what's happening with these characters and help us answer some questions for ourselves. So, lots of ways to participate. You'll notice something also different about today. We're sitting in 3 sections that look a little different. We don't have a center aisle. There's 3 kind of even sections in our space today, and it's because we're going to explore in this story 3 characters. And I'm going to come to you as a section to think about and portray these 3 different characters. I'm sorry, there's no choice in what character you end up with. You're stuck with it unless you decide to trade spots with someone in a different section. We're not going to tell this story all at once. We're going to kind of tell a little part, then we're going to stop, and we're going to wonder about it and talk about it a little bit. Just make sure we understand what's going on in the story and help us kind of think about it for a little bit. So, are you ready to tell this old story called The Good Samaritan? Yay! I don't need this gizmo in my hand. Okay, so we're going to start with the most enthusiastic section. Woohoo! All right. Okay. Section 1, you are some travelers. Yes, you're going on a trip. All right. Now, maybe there's a few people from your section, don't all jump at once, but maybe there's a few of you that would come and represent the travelers on our stage, people that are traveling from one place to another. And there's a little spoiler alert, something happens to you on this trip. But be prepared for that. Something not entirely pleasant happens. But you're going on a trip. So are there a few of you that would come and, oh yes, I knew that some of you would come. Okay, so now we're just going to stick right here for a moment. I want everyone to picture that this is a meandering path, a road, okay? And our travelers are going to be traveling that road, but first we'll turn to our narrator, and we'll hear the first part of this story. Those of you that are up here, all you have to do is listen to what you hear in the story and act out the story, whatever way you would like to. Here we go.
Someone was traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho. It was a long walk. And on the way, they were attacked by robbers. And the robbers stole their bags and beat them up and went off, leaving the injured lying by the side of the road.
You're not dead, you're just injured, okay? All right. Okay. These melodramatic actors, I tell you. Okay, so now I am going to come back to section 1 over here because I want us to think about this story. So travelers, fellow travelers, I'm wondering, well, maybe we should ask them too because they're the ones who've been beat up, but what were you thinking at the start of your journey? When you were here waiting to go on this trip, what kind of feelings and thoughts were you having as you were set to go out on your big journey from Jerusalem to Jericho? What were you thinking? Excited. Happy? Any feelings over here? Anticipation. They're well enough to talk. This is good news. Okay, excellent. So there was some excitement. They were happy about going on this trip. Then the terrible thing happened. Robbed, beaten up, attacked. It was terrible. Your bags were stolen. Now, what are you thinking now that you have been injured and you're down here?
I'm trying to find the Band-Aid, but they were in the bag.
The Band-Aids were in the bag. And you can't find one. This is true. You don't have what you need. This is terrible. Any other feelings and thoughts? What's going on for you right now?
Why did I do that?
Disbelief. Why did I take this trip? You're upset?
I can't use my cell phone.
Oh no! The cell phone was in the bag too.
I don't even have my wallet.
No wallet. Oh, so you have no money. You've got nothing.
I don't even have a coconut.
No coconuts either. This is really serious. And you're hurting. Yes, you're feeling pain. Yes, okay. Now, here's another question for section 1. Have you ever been by yourself? Have you ever been by yourself and been hurt? Have you ever been by yourself and been hurt? How does that feel? What kind of feelings do you feel when you're by yourself? Scared? What else? Wondering if you'll be okay. Will someone come and help you? You feel a bit helpless? Is this the end?
I don't even have a banana.
No bananas. Okay. I think we understand how these travelers are feeling. It's not good. Okay, are we ready to go to the next part of the story? I think we are. Okay. You are welcome to stay or you can sit. Whatever you need to do, travelers. You're staying. Okay. I think maybe we're ready for section 2. Hello, section 2. You are called the passers-by. That's a hint to what you'll be doing. Passing by. Get it? Okay. So a few volunteers are welcome to come forward, and maybe you're starting out here, and you're just going to follow a little bit about what the narrator says as the story is told. Any volunteers from section 2 to be a passer-by? Here's one. There's another. Doesn't matter how many, however many would like to. Okay. You're going to start from back there. Excellent. Even better. You start from wherever. Okay, narrator, I think we're ready.
Now, down that very same road came some very important people. They were good people, but they were very busy people. They had places to go and people to meet. So when they saw the injured, they pretended that they didn't see.
Oh.
They even crossed to the other side of the road so that they could be as far away as possible from the injured. And none of them stopped. They all went on their way.
Section 2 had an easy part, wouldn't you say? All right, passers-by, those of you who came and those of you who are seated, doesn't matter. We're all going to participate in helping us think about this part of the story. So, passers-by, when you kind of saw the people at the side of the road, what did you first think? Now, you're injured. You can't say anything anymore. Passers-by, what are you thinking? Oh, it's dangerous.
Not my problem.
Not my problem. I heard that someone thought the robbers might come back.
Too busy.
You're too busy.
It's too bad, but I'm too busy.
Too bad, but you're too busy to help. Yeah? Oh, sorry. Yeah, time's valuable, can't be bothered. Mm-hmm. Oh, can't stand the sight of blood, that's a problem. Maybe they look different than you. They were a different color, or they were somehow different, and that wasn't going to be something you stepped into.
They looked a little messed up.
A little messed up. You look a little messed up, folks. Mm-hmm. Are there times when we have passed by someone that might need help, and what might we be thinking? What else? There's some busy answers here. There's some not my problem answers. Are there other reasons why we don't? Somebody else will do it.
Maybe they're just faking it and they won't intervene.
They're faking it. Something else is going on there. You're not capable? You couldn't possibly help. You're afraid, yeah?
It might be dangerous to take sides.
Yeah. All of these are reasons why the passerby goes to the farthest side of the road to avoid helping the travelers. Thank you, section 2. Are we ready to move on? Okay. Yes, we are. Section 3 has been waiting. You are called Samaritans. That has a meaning in our world beyond this story, and it comes from this story. You are from a different place. You don't really know this land very well. You don't really know these people very well. You might be someone who has experienced in your life dislike from others. You may have experienced distrust or racism from others. You're definitely part of a minority group in this world. Now, will a few of you play your part on the stage today? Excellent. All right. Anyone is welcome. And we'll just start from wherever you are, and we'll listen to the narrator as we hear the third part of our story.
Samaritans were also coming down the road and saw the injured. And when they saw the traveler's condition, their hearts were moved. And the Samaritans came and gave the travelers first aid. They cleaned their wounds, and they bandaged up their wounds. And then the Samaritans were able to get the travelers to some medical help. And when they took them where they could get help, they made sure they were comfortable. And then they made sure to pay for all the costs that would be needed to make sure the travelers were taken care of. And if it cost more, they promised to pay whatever else was needed.
Thank you, Samaritans. And it looks like the travelers have found their way to help. This is amazing. Thank you, Samaritans. And, well, sure, round of applause for everyone. Samaritans, will you help us wonder about this part of the story? When you saw the injured traveler, the story said that your hearts were moved. Can you help us all understand what that means? What does it mean if your heart was moved? Okay, so even you saw that they were injured, you saw that they might be different, but you thought they needed help and you wanted to help them. Excellent. Any other thoughts about what that might mean if your heart is moved? Yes. Right. They were super injured and maybe they couldn't even move. So that made you feel for them, right? You felt sad for them. You felt like you wanted to help. Other answers about what that might mean, Karen?
If I were in that situation, I would want someone to help me. So I want to do what I think is right.
So you put yourself in that situation and you thought, if that were me, I would want help. So I would like to help others in that situation. Now, section 2, is it your turn? Section 1 isn't the only ones who can't follow the directions here.
I realized we had agency, like you offered up.
Oh,
Agency. I have got some.
you might feel like, hey, I can do something here. I don't know what it might be, but I can help. I have the strength or the power to do it. What about Section 3? What about all of the things that you had planned? I'm sure that you're not less busy than Section 2 over here. I'm sure you're very busy and important people too. What about all the things that you had to do? What kind of goes on in your mind when you decided to stop and help the injured people? Yeah.
Well, maybe if I had something going on and I was standing there, I wouldn't just walk on by. I'm sure the people who I need to meet would understand that I did a good deed, and it could wait. They could wait.
Okay. So the people that you were going to meet or whatever plans you had, they would probably understand because you had something come up, something very important. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you're again putting yourself in the position of the injured people and saying maybe they have something important to do and they have to get on with their lives. So we need to help them so that they can do their important things. Now, turning from the Samaritans now to everyone. Now's your chance. Now's your chance. If compassion and kindness is important to us, I think this is why we tell a story like this, right? We tell this story because having compassion, having our hearts moved for others, being kind is important to all of us. So if we're telling a story for that reason, what helps you? Here's the question. What helps you have the strength to actually stop? When someone needs help, what gives you the strength, the motivation, what thought, what feeling helps you to be a Samaritan, to be a person who stops? Compassion, empathy. Gilda.
I was driving past 3 teenagers beating up on another one, kicking him and punching him on the ground. And I jammed on the brake and I yelled, "Stop," and honked my horn. It was completely involuntary. I don't know why I did it.
Yeah. So Gilda's story, for those that couldn't hear, Gilda came upon while driving 3 teenagers beating up a fourth. And she doesn't know why, but she hit the brakes, hit the horn, and yelled, "Stop." Again, what is the motivation we have for going out of our way or putting our plans on hold and saying stop or helping? Yeah. It could be you. Yeah. So we're talking a little bit about the golden rule, aren't we? Do for unto others as you would have them do unto you. We're talking about that what if that were me at the side of the road? I would need help. I want to be the person that helps. Any other thoughts about that? Oh, our passersby are reformed. You know, Section 2, you had the hardest part. We were joking that it was easy, but it is hard to go against what your heart wants to do.
Sometimes, too, Chris, I was thinking as you were speaking, what motivates us sometimes is seeing what others do in kindness. And sometimes if someone is kind to you, then you also want to reciprocate.
Yeah. Seeing others respond with kindness and compassion can inspire you to respond that way. And so it was lovely that we had a whole section of Samaritans, because sometimes it's hard to be the first one. But if we see someone else going to help, it's very easy to say, yes, that is exactly what I want to do. I'm going to help too. And so we need to be the first ones, and we need to be the second and preceding ones. And that's the value of this story about kindness, about compassion.
I think what Hilda said was quite impactful, because imagine Judas stopping, pressing on the horn, saying stop. You put yourself at risk, but what comes to mind to me is that we're all tied in a heartstring, and it's like intuitive. It's our DNA. We just throw ourselves.
Yes. We are all, if I can paraphrase what you said, we are all connected with those heartstrings that sometimes they get pulled, and sometimes we need also to activate them, to pull them, and we're all connected in that way. So this is the story of the Good Samaritan. It was told as a way to think about who is our neighbor. And we're learning that we are all connected in that way, and we're all neighbors. It's not just those close to us. It's those we wouldn't otherwise know sometimes. It's those we don't know well. Our kindness is a way to make our communities and our schools and our families and our world a place that we want to live in, a place of kindness and compassion. So, for all of our people that were connected to us today, either on stage or helping participate by wondering about this, a round of applause for all of us. We have a few times that we get the great pleasure of hearing some music from Aaron and Carolyn this morning, and I think the first one will be something we are anticipating hearing very much. Aaron and Carolyn, thank you.
All those days watching from the windows, all those years outside looking in, all that time never even knowing just how blind I've been. Now I'm here blinking in the starlight. Now I'm here and suddenly I see, standing here, it's oh so clear, I'm where I'm meant to be. And at last I see the light, and it's like the fog has lifted. And at last I see the light, and it's like the sky is new, and it's warm and real and bright, and the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything looks different now that I see you.
All those days chasing down a daydream, all those days living in a blur, all that time never truly seeing things the way they were. Now she's here chasing in the starlight. Now she's here, suddenly I know If she's here, it's crystal clear. I'm where I'm meant to go. And at last I've seen the light. And it's like the fog has lifted. And at last I see the light.
And it's like the sky is new.
And it's warm and real and bright. And the world is somehow
shifted. All at once, everything is different now that I see you. Now that I see you.
We have the opportunity today to do something that we don't normally get to do, but always feel is important. Whenever we're together, whenever we have an important thing in our life happening, like when we want to celebrate kindness and compassion, it helps us to have a ritual, a little act that helps us reinforce why it's so important to us. We do that around weddings. We do that around life and death, baptism, and we do it around all the important times in our life and the things that we feel are important. So we are wanting to invite you to a little ritual this morning. All around the edge of the room are tables with little handprints, cutouts on them, paper handprint cutouts, and also a whole array of writing implements. Our invitation to you is that you might think of an act of kindness that you would like to commit to in the next day or week. Something important that you have that might solidify or reinforce the story of the Good Samaritan. Those feelings of having a heart moved. So I invite you to find your way to a table, grab a hand. You can work at the table like our one table is already hard at work doing, or you can grab a few pens or crayons, bring that back to your seat in order to draw, write, whatever it is you do on your little cutout hand. And then there will be a chance, once we do that, we'll have about 5 minutes to do that. Then I would invite you, when you hear some music start to play, to come forward, and we're going to place our hands on our kind hands board. And we're going to create with each other a collage of kindness. Our hands working together and in the world this week, doing amazing and wonderful things. So, your act of kindness could be something to a stranger. Your act of kindness might be something to someone you know well, or know just a little bit. Something you think might be a surprise to them, or something that you know that they need. What act of kindness might be the thing that moves your heart today, this week, this month? So I invite you in the chaos that will ensue to find a paper hand and some things to draw with, and to draw and write your commitments to an act of kindness.
There's a calm surrender to the rush of day, when the heat of the rolling wind can be turned away. An enchanted moment, and it sees me through. It's enough for this restless warrior just to be with you. Can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough, this wide-eyed wanderer, that we've gone this far. And can you feel the love tonight? How it's led to rest. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. There's a time for everyone if they only learn that the twisting kaleidoscope moves us all in turn. There's a rhyme and reason to the wild outdoors when the heart of this star-crossed forger beats in time with yours. And can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we've gone this far. And can you feel the love tonight that is led to rest? It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best.
As we stand with our intentions for the things that we can do together, what's possible. We do what we do each time we gather, and we take a moment to strengthen our intentions, which is to say we take a moment to pray with one another. And today I invite us to share a prayer that is shared with our brothers and sisters at West Hill United Church when they gather in Scarborough, Ontario. A prayer we'll say just a little differently than we sometimes do. I just invite you to echo each line that I offer so that whether we're a reader or we're not a reader, we can participate as we pray with one another. As I live every day, I want to be a channel for peace. May I bring love where there is hatred. and healing where there is hurt, joy where there is sadness, and hope where there is fear. I pray that I may always try to understand and comfort other people, and also to seek comfort and understanding from them. Wherever possible, may I choose to be a light in the darkness, a help in times of need, a caring, honest friend, and may justice, kindness, and peace flow through my heart forever. Amen.
Oh, 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 oh. 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 I messed up tonight. I lost another fight. Lost to myself, but I'll just start again. I keep falling down. I keep on hitting the ground. I always get up now to see what's next. Birds don't just fly, they fall down and get up. Nobody learns without getting it wrong. I won't give up, no, I won't give in till I reach the end, and then I'll start again. No, I won't leave. I wanna try everything, I wanna try even though I could fail. I won't give up, no, I won't give in till I reach the end, and then I'll start again. No, I won't leave. I wanna try everything, I wanna try even though I could fail. Oh, 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 try everything. Oh, 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 try everything. Oh, 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 try everything. Oh, 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 oh. Look how far you've come, you filled your heart with love. Baby, you've done enough, take a deep breath. Don't beat yourself up, no need to run so fast. Sometimes we come last, but we did our best. I won't give up, no, I won't give in till I reach the end, and then I'll start again. No, I won't leave. I wanna try everything, I wanna try even though I could fail. I won't give up, no, I won't give in till I reach the end, and then I'll start again. No, I won't leave. I wanna try everything, I wanna try even though I could fail. I'll keep on making those new mistakes. I'll keep on making them every day. Those new mistakes. Oh, 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 oh. Try everything. Oh, 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 oh. Try everything. Oh, 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 oh. Try everything. Oh, 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 oh. Try everything.
Whenever we celebrate a birthday, we blow out candles. as a way of spreading our wish. And so we send this light out into the world with our wish for each of us to do what we can do to expand the circle of love, to undertake the simple kindnesses that we can do each day, and to honor the light that is within each of us and in all of us. And so we go together.
The circle of love goes around and around. The circle of love goes around. Reach out, grab a hand. Someone needs you, and the circle of love goes around. Listen, people are crying, wondering what happened tonight. Stop, reach out. Someone needs you, and the circle of love goes around. The